So we'll get started. So students who have worked on the assignment, let me know the doubts.
And sir, could you explain the invertible concept again, sir? Invertible and inverse.
Do that. I'll explain it along with the problem. Let's first start with the. Okay, I'll explain it. Okay. So let's start with the problems. So how to do the first one? Those who have solved can answer it. So there is a function f map from 134 to 125, and there is a function g map from 125 to 1 comma 3. Given that f is equal to 1 comma 2, 3 comma 5, and 4 comma 1, and g is equal to 1 comma 3, 2 comma 3, 5 comma 1, write g circle f. So how to write it? So when I say g circle f, it is nothing but g of f of x. Where does x come from? So if I take this function as a to b, and if I say this is from b to c, then g circle f is a function defined from
A
right?
to C.
It is mapped from a to c, right? So x belongs to the set A, correct? So f is mapped from 134 to 125. So how to write g circle f? What are all the functions I can write? G of f of 1, g of f of 3, f of 3, sorry, and g of f of
F of 4.
4. So what is g of f of 1? It is g of 2.
G of 2.
So what is g of 2?
3.
3. So g of f of 3 is g of, what is f of 3? 5. Right? G of 5 is 1. So what is g of f of 4? G of
G of
1.
1.
g of 1. G of 1 is again 3. So g of 1 is also 3. G of 2 is also 3. So g is what kind of a function?
Many to one function.
Many to 1.
Very good. So you have to observe all these details also. Okay. Next. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Sorry. Yeah. So let f, g and h be a function mapped from R to R. We need to show that f plus g circle h is equal to f circle h plus g circle h. Means they're asking us to prove that it is commutative. Right? So how to prove this? See, you guys know this, no? f plus g of x is how much?
F of x
f
plus
of
g
x
of
plus
x.
g of x.
You know it is f of x plus g of x. Now, in a similar context, instead of x, you have a circle and a h, right? So, if you have f plus g circle h of x, then how can I write it as? It
F
is
circle h.
It is f of h of x plus g of h of x. So when I write it, then this is nothing but f circle h plus this is nothing but g circle h. So provided the function is defined from R3, it's a simple thing. So these are all functions called as real valued functions. Right?
Sir, I have a doubt. Can we assume a value for h of
Assume,
x?
like
By
why do you want
proving example.
why do you want to take an assume a value in the sense what value you plan to assume?
Like
It's
I'm
not,
taking like, yes sir.
yes, please continue. Taking like,
Taking for f of x is equal to x. Similarly, g of x is equal to y. Similarly, h of x I'm taking a value and then
don't take it like that. Don't take it like that. It doesn't make sense because f of x can be sin x, g of x can be cos x, h of x can be tan x. It can be anything, no? X, y doesn't make sense. It should be a function of x.
so can we take it like sine of x and also prove it, sir?
You can take and do, but that is not the way you prove something, okay? Because the question is generic. If you take the values and do it, will become particular.
Okay.
So whenever these kind of problems are there, no, don't take a particular value and solve. Go with generic values.
Okay, sir.
Shipra, I hope you understood.
Yes, sir. I understood, sir.
So I hope the next one also you guys can do it. No? That part I'm leaving it to you. The same thing again. Okay. So third one, find G circle F and F circle G. How to do this? You have modulus functions here. You need to be very careful with this. So G circle F is nothing but G of F of X. Right? So what is G of X? So mod of 5 into F of X minus 2. Does this make sense? So mod of 5 into what is F of X? Mod X.
Mod x.
Mod of
So mod of 5 of mod X minus 2. This will be G circle F. What is F circle G?
mod of f of
Mod
mod
G
of 5 minus 5x minus 2.
This mod of G of X. Mod of, what is G of X? Mod of 5x minus 2. Right. See, mod of 5x minus 2 can be written as mod of 5x minus
5x. Sir, if
2. This already,
both,
this will already give you a positive value. Again, a positive value will give you the same thing.
so we can just write 5x minus 2, no, sir?
That both make sense, but let me check how the answer is given. Yeah, both make sense. I hope you understood why it makes sense, because this is already a positive value. Modulus of a positive value is obviously going to be the same thing. That's what they're trying to say. So they both mean the same. Even you put another modulus, you can still write the final conclusion like this: mod of 5x minus 2. I hope I'm clear now.
Yes, sir.
So find G circle F and F circle G, where F is mapped from R to R, G is also mapped from R to R. It's defined as f of x is equal to 8 x cube and g of x is equal to x power 1 by 3. So what is G circle F? G of f of x. How much is this? 8x f of x the whole power 1 by 3. What is f of x? It is 8x cube the whole power 1 by 3. So how much is it? 2x.
8x.
8 power 1 by 3 is 2. X power 1, x cube the whole power 1 by 3 is x. 2x.
Oh.
Okay. So So f circle g of x. F circle g is how much? F of
G of x.
g of x. How much is it? 8 into f of x the whole cube. So 8 into what is f of x? Sorry, 8 into g of x the whole cube. Sorry, 8 into g of x the whole cube. G of x is x power 1 by 3 and the whole cube. So 8x.
8x.
Okay. So simple one. Now comes the important question. So Rohan, you were asking me to explain inverse. Okay, I just want everybody to be honest. How many of you didn't understand what is inverse and how to find it? I just want to know how many of you couldn't understand.
I didn't understand, sir.
You didn't understand. Rohan, I know. Next, anyone? Others are clear?
Sir, can you ask the question again, sir?
I asked how many of you didn't understand inverse, how to handle inverse of a function.
Sir, I didn't understand.
Okay.
Sir.
See, listen. I will explain certain points. Okay, I'll explain the points again. Where whichever step or whichever point is not clear, stop me then and then. Okay. So what does the definition tell? What does the definition of an inverse function tell? When can you define? So for you to understand inverse function, what is mandatory? For you to understand inverse of a function, you need to understand the composition of function, that is g circle f and f circle g. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct? So for me to define inverse, how many functions will I have? Like I will have a function defined from x to y. I can speak about the inverse of the function f from x to y if I have a function g
Y
which
to
is
x.
mapped from where to where. If the domain and the
Y
codomain
to
gets
x.
mapped y to x, such that what condition they are supposed to satisfy? If I do a composition operation between g circle f and if I do a composition operation between f circle g, both should give me an output of identity function. I hope this step is clear, right? Right? G circle f should give me an identity function in x, means that x is coming from where? Small x, capital X. It is coming from the domain of the function f. F circle g should be I of y. Where is that I of y coming from? Y should be coming from the codomain of y. If this mathematical condition is getting satisfied, then we can say g is an inverse of f and the vice versa. Okay. Now I will tell you another step in which you can actually write it. Okay. If f circle g comes out to be iy, can I say f of g of x is equal to iy? Correct, Ada?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll give you a different perspective. If this kind of a condition is satisfied, g is said to be what? G is said to be the inverse of f. How you write the inverse of f is f of f inverse of x is equal to iy. Freedom. If this is going to be the case, then g is said to be the inverse of f and f is said
First
to be.
condition should satisfy no.
Both the conditions are satisfied, then one function is said to be the inverse of the other.
How will this question be asked, sir? Because
Then this
we
will be
already
g circle.
satisfied.
G circle g inverse will be ix. First one.
Oh, okay.
Then g of g inverse of x will be equal to ix, where f is equal to g inverse, and here g is equal to f inverse. Okay, this is the only concept on which the whole chapter, the next chapter is going to run. Okay, the advantage is in that chapter they will not ask you to find the inverse because you are going to deal only with a specific kind of function, that is inverse trigonometric function. Whereas here what they will do is they will give you some algebraic or a polynomial function and you are expected, or a rational function, and you are expected to calculate the inverse. For that, I am repeating it again, what is the preliminary check you need to do before you proceed with the question? Rohan, what are the preliminary steps? So you need to verify the domain and codomain of the function. Okay. So I gave you the steps to prove that a given function is inverse. So when you try to apply the steps itself, you will get the inverse from the third step. How to do it? If f is a function given from a to b, then what we need to do is, this is the first step you will write, consider some element y which comes from the codomain set of F. Correct? Consider y belongs to B. Then what you do is you write y is equal to f of x. Then solve this and you will find x in terms of y. Any doubt in this step?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Then you will get x in terms of y. That's something we will call it as g. Okay. So expression obtained in step 1 should be named as g of y such that g should be mapped from where to where? G should be a function mapped from B to A, and that function is the inverse which we are trying to define. If this function, if I try to define it as the inverse of the given function f, then what mathematical conditions is it supposed to satisfy according to definition number 9? If I find
And another relation.
composition, if I find the composition of G circle F, and if I find the composition of F circle G,
It should
then
give identity functions.
it should give me Ix and Iy respectively. If they are able to give me that kind of an answer, then yes, the given function is invertible. If not, it is not an invertible function. All these things are supposed to happen within the defined domain and the codomain. That is the important point we need to concentrate on. So everything should happen within the given domain and the codomain. So the important point you need to always concentrate upon is what is set A and what is set B. If you miss that, you're gone. Am I clear? Rohan, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Someone else told me that they were not clear. Are you guys clear? Someone else told me that I couldn't. Was it Ankit Ram? Who told? Someone else told. No, I didn't understand. Who was it?
Sir, it was on me, sir. I understand.
Okay. Oh, good. So with this, I assume that everyone is clear. Right? Now we have solved some problems. Rohan, you want to try this? So f of x is a function which is given. What kind of a function is this? It's a. Can you tell me the name of?
Rational function.
Sorry, da?
Rational function.
What kind of function is this? It is of
Rational
the,
function.
very good. It is of the form p of x divided by q of x. It can be called as a rational function only if q of x
Q is not equal to 0.
q of x is not equal to 0. That is why they told f of x is 4x plus 3 by 6x minus 4. And 6x minus 4 should not be equal to 0. Then x should not be equal to 3 by 2. They have defined it. If they didn't give it, it should have been your responsibility to define the domain and codomain. What is the domain?
Domain is the numbers except 3 by 2.
Every number except 3 by 2. We don't know what is the range. So to calculate the range also, I gave you certain steps in the last class. I hope you remember. It is the same steps that we are doing here. But we'll not do the composition of function. Okay. Now what they are trying to say is, show that f circle f of x is x. What do you understand from this?
It's an
There are-
identity function.
Sorry, na?
An identity function.
F circle f of x is equal to x is what they are asking you to prove. Okay. So I gave
Sir,
you
we have
already.
to-
No?
We have to prove that it's an identity function, sir.
Your voice broke down, Suryamurthy. What was it? Can you repeat it?
We have to prove it's an identity function.
Identity function is okay, but in this question, it is not f circle g or g circle f. What is it? It is f circle f.
Okay, sir.
Means they are trying to say that the given function is the inverse of itself. If I am not wrong, the answer should have been 4x plus 3 by 6x minus 4. Clear? Guys, are you able to understand? I want you to concentrate on these points. Problems anybody can solve. Right? In this question, f circle f means the given function is an inverse of itself. Okay, it means if this question comes for 1 mark, you need not sit and solve. You can directly say the question is the answer. Puriyadada?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now what are the steps to be followed, guys? I gave you certain steps. What are the steps? Let's see.
We have to find the range.
Here actually it is not needed, because you need not find the range, because they directly told find f circle, show that f circle f of x is x. It's an identity function. So directly proceed with what is f of x. Okay. So 4 of fx plus 3 divided by 6 of fx minus 4. So 4 into, in the place of f of x, what can I write? 4x plus 3 by 6x minus 4 plus 3, the whole divided by 6 into 4x plus 3 divided by 6x minus 4 minus 4. Can you guys solve this and tell me what are you going to get? So you
The
get
final answer will be x.
16x, you should get it actually. That's what they're asking you to do. 16x plus 12 plus 18x minus 12, the whole divided by 24x plus 8x minus 24x plus 16.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
minus 18, sir.
Engama?
24.
Where minus 18? It is 4x plus 3 only, no?
Plus 3.
I don't think it is wrong. So 24x and 24x will get cancelled. 16x plus 18x is 34x divided by 34 will give you an x. So we have proved it. Okay. Since f circle f of x is going to give you an identity function, what can you say? F of x is the inverse of itself. So what will be the answer? 4x plus 3 divided by 6x minus 1. Guys, are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose you want to find it using the steps which I gave you, then what are you supposed to do? I proved it here using the logic. Suppose you want to prove it using the steps. What are the steps telling? Take y is equal to f of x. So what y is equal to what? 4x plus 3 divided by 6x minus 4. Now what are we supposed to do? You need to find x in terms of, so 6xy minus 4y is equal to 4x plus 3, which implies 3 plus 4y is equal to 2x into 3y minus 2. Or I will leave it as 6x minus 4 only. So x is equal to 3 plus 4y divided by 6y minus 4. So this I call it as g of y. Right? Then what will be the value of g of x? Is this not the question they have given, which is nothing but f of x? There is a more technical way. Rather, what I would suggest is you can go with the solution that I gave you. F of x is the inverse of itself because of the identity function. You can write either of them.
Could you scroll down a bit?
Right? Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
And proceed. So first one. Show with reason whether the function has an inverse or not. You can directly tell.
Yes,
For
sir.
inverse to exist, what should be the function? Is it not supposed to be bijective?
Yes, sir.
So 1 is mapped to 10, 2 is mapped to 10. It's a Many to one function. There itself
Many
it's
to
like,
one.
so no, the answer is it's a many to one function. Okay. Similarly, whether this has an inverse 5 comma 6, 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4, 5 comma 4 6 comma 3 7 comma 4 8 comma 2. Answer.
It's a many to one function.
Many to
Many to
one
one
function.
No. State whether this function is invertible. 2 7 3 9 4 11 5 13.
Yes, sir.
It is 1 to 1. Same number of elements in set X and same number of elements in set Y. So it's an onto function as well because the codomain is equal to the range. Hence it is bijective. Then this function can have the inverse. They didn't ask what is the inverse. They asked whether it is exists or not. Yes, it will exist because it is bijective. How to do? So show that you have a function mapped from -1 to 1 to R. So there is a function f of x whose domain is what? All real numbers between -1 to 1, including -1 and 1. So what is the function given? F of x is equal to x by 2 is 1 by 1. So first we need to prove that it is 1 to 1. How to prove it is 1 to 1? Consider x1 comma x2 belongs to -1 to 1. Correct? F of x1 should be equal to f of x2. What is f of x1? x1 by x1 plus 2 should be equal to x2 by x2 plus 2. Cross multiply. x1 x2 plus 2x1 is equal to x1 x2 plus 2x2. x1 x2 x1 x2 gone. 2x1 is equal to x2. x1 will be equal to x2. So it is a one-to-one function. Proved. Next. Find the inverse of the function f mapped from -1 to 1 to range of f. To range of f. So they told for y belongs to R, f y is equal to x by 2 for some value of x belongs to -1 to 1. X is equal to 2y by 1 minus y. Let's not concentrate on this part. I have already taught you how to find the range. So f of x is equal to x divided by x plus 2. How you find the range, guys? So if f is a function mapped from x to y, then I need to find out what are all the elements from the set capital Y which have a pre-image. So y will be equal to x divided by x plus 2. So xy is equal to, who can tell me? xy plus 2y is equal to x. Then what are we supposed to do? Collect all x terms on one side, 1 minus y is equal to 2y. So x is equal to 2y divided by 1 minus y. Now tell me what are all the values of y that I can substitute here so that I will get a finite value of x. Y can be any real number except, correct? It's a rational function. So for a rational function, what is except?
Two,
One.
sir. One, sir.
So y belongs to R to 1. So how can you define this function? So what are they asking? Find the inverse of the function f mapped from -1 to 1 to range of f. Okay. Can I say the range of f is real number? The range of f is not real number. The range of f is real number except 1. So how is the function defined? F is defined from -1 to 1 to r minus 1. Tell me one thing, is there anyone having a doubt with this step?
Here, no doubt, sir.
I hope everyone is clear with this. Okay. In this domain and the range, we need to find the inverse of f. How do we find it? The answer is very simple. Whatever you got for the value of x in terms of y, x is equal to what is that you got? 2y divided by 1 minus y is there, no? This is the inverse of most of the function. So you write x in terms of y, no? That is the inverse. Y, let's put it. Right. So for finding the inverse, I'm going back to these steps. What are the steps? First, I need to define the function from a to b. I will consider an element y that belongs to b. So f is mapped from where to where? -1 to 1 to r minus 1. I will say y is equal to f of x for all values of y that belongs to what? Correct? For all values of y that belongs to
Real numbers except 1.
real numbers except 1. Okay, so y is equal to f of x. So f of x is y is equal to x divided by x plus 2. On solving this, you will get x in terms of y. What did you get? X is equal to 2y divided by 1 minus y. Right? I will call this as g of y. Okay. Now what is f of g of y? What is f of g of y? G of y divided by g of y plus 2. This is the most important step. Are you guys able to understand this? G of y divided by g of y plus 2. But what is g of y? 2y by 1 minus y, the whole divided by 2y by 1 minus y plus 2. So 2y by 1 minus y divided by 2y plus 2 minus 2y, the whole divided by 1 minus y. 2y will get cancelled, 1 minus y is gone. 2y divided by y is how much?
Y, sir.
Sorry, 2y divided by 2 is y. Y is nothing but I of y. So, if f of gy comes out to be iy, then g is said to be the inverse of f. Correct, Ada? So, g of y is, so g is equal to f inverse. So, g of y will be equal to f inverse of y. G of x will be equal to f inverse of x. So, what is g of y? 2y by 1 minus y. So, what will be g of x? 2x by 1 minus x. So, this is the required inverse. Is there anyone having doubt?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Here? Right. Now, who can tell me how to solve the next one? Who's ready to try to explain me how to solve the next one? Rohan, you will say?
Question number 7, sir.
Surya, yeah, question number 7. You try. Whether right or wrong, I want you to try. So they are saying consider a function mapped from real number to real number. You first check whether it is valid. So what kind of a function is this? F of x is equal to 4x plus 3. So 4x plus 3 is
Yes, sir. It's a valid function.
a polynomial function, correct? It is valid. Okay. And moreover, it's a straight line. Now they are saying show that f is invertible and find the inverse of it. So what do I do?
1 second.
Sir, I have a doubt here, sir.
So when they say invertible, you can prove it is a one-to-one and onto function and also prove it, right? So how do I prove it is a one-to-one function? Tell me.
Rohan AB asked for a doubt, sir.
Yeah, Rohan, tell me. What is it?
Sir, this was my doubt, sir. Invertible and inverse, the difference between them.
Invertible means you can prove that is, if you are able to prove that it's a one-to-one and onto function, yes, you can say it's invertible. That is
Yes, sir.
the reference to this context I'm taking from the fifth problem that we did. They asked, no, find whether the function will have an inverse. So function which has an inverse is called as an invertible function.
Then,
So,
sir,
right
if we
now-
prove a function is one-to-one and onto, we can say it has an inverse.
It will have inverse.
We
If
can't
you're able to-
find the inverse that way.
You can find the inverse by the steps which I gave you. See, there
Okay,
again, I understand what's your doubt, Rainer. I understand where you're getting confused. Let me explain this. Okay, listen to this carefully. So, there are two things that we ask in the question. Once they give you a function, they'll ask you to prove it is invertible. So, if you have to prove it is invertible, means you're trying to say it will have an inverse, right? But from the logic, tell me what kind of a function given to us in the domain and the codomain will have an inverse when it is one-to-one and on means it is bijective. So, if the question stops with this, show that f is invertible, then you can just prove that it is one-to-one and onto in this domain and range R to R, and that is more than sufficient. Okay. If they ask you to find the inverse, that is when you need to go with the steps which I gave you. Y is equal to f of x, where y belongs to set B. Then write x in terms of y. Okay, then find f of g of x. Then find g of f of x. Then if they come out as ix and iy, then those are the inverse functions of each other. That's it.
Okay,
I hope
sir,
that
I
is clear.
understood.
Okay. Now the first process I am trying to do is I am trying to prove it is invertible. Surya, tell me that. So for one-to-one, what am I supposed to do?
For x, we have to consider two values from the codomain set, and we have to equate
Yeah, x1 comma x2 belongs to real number.
real numbers.
So f of
We'll get
x1
x
is equal
to y.
Yeah, you will get 4x1 plus 3 is equal to 4x2 plus
4x2
3.
plus 3. We'll get
So when
x2, x1 is equal to x2. It's an one-to-one function.
one-to-one.
Then we can prove it's onto function. F
Onto.
of x is equal to y.
So one important conclusion from here. Everybody listen to this carefully, okay? The steps followed for proving it's an onto function, the steps followed to find the range, the steps followed to find the inverse are the same. By now, I guess you should have figured it out. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Steps followed to prove it's a one-to-one onto function. Steps followed to find the range. Steps followed to find the inverse are the same, except the fact that they have different objectives. When I say onto function, I need to write x in terms of y. Then I need to check whether all values of y, by substituting all values of y from the codomain, there exists a pre-image. If that exists, then it's an onto function. Okay. When I have to find the range, then what am I supposed to do? I need to find the values of y for which x is not defined. For me to find the inverse, what am I supposed to do? You will write x in terms of y, no? Then you will find the composition of function from there. So, till that, it is the same step. From there, the branches get divided. So, for onto function, what am I supposed to do?
F of x is equal to y.
F of x is equal to y. So, y is equal
Y
to
minus 3 by 4 is equal to.
Very good one. So y minus 3 by 4 is equal to x. Now, for it to be onto function, what are the domain they have given? F is mapped from R to R.
R to R.
Means I need to check does every value in the codomain have a pre-image. Means if I substitute every real number here, am I going to get a real number?
Yes.
Yes, you are going to get, because x is also y minus 3 by 4. It is also a polynomial function. So it is right. Correct? So it is also an onto function. So what is going to be the inverse?
So we have found out that it's an invertible function.
So it is
Inverse will be x is equal to. You told
Shall I
us
tell you a shortcut?
method.
Inverse is nothing but if you get this step now y minus 3 by 4. You will get x in terms of y. No shortcut na solra. That should be the answer. All the remaining steps are only for marks. You have actually found the inverse. You are finding x in terms of y, no? X is equal to y minus 3 by 4. In the place of y, replace with x, that will be the inverse. That's it. Other inverse, x minus 3 by 4 is the inverse of given function.
Sir, then we can just find the inverse of x, no, sir. Then it will come as y minus 3 by 4.
But you should always report the answer in terms of x only. That is why I wrote it as x minus 3 by 4. Okay.
And why are we doing the other steps? If we can finish like this.
I told you again, it's for mark purpose. What do I do? That's when you will get marks. That is why that's the reason why I need to stress on those steps again and again.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, for 2 marks or 3 marks, you can write like it's enough, no, sir.
3 marks also you need to write. You need to see. I'll tell you one thing. Might be or find I understand from your point of view, might be you can find it difficult today, but trust me, you practice 10 to 15 more problems, it will be easy. Trust me on that aspect. You're doing nothing, you're following the same steps again and again. Just forget about the toughness. You understood the concept, no? I told you what is the answer. 5 minus 3 by 4. X minus 3 by 4, that's what when you know the answer, is it difficult for you to bring it following the steps? I don't think it is. Right? You're just going to follow the steps for the sake of getting marks, that's it. Okay, what are the steps to be followed? You tell me, no? So I got x is equal to y minus 3 divided by 4. I will call this as g of y for all values of y that belongs to set R, because its range is also R only. Then what are we supposed to do? Find f circle G. What is f circle G? It is f of
g of y.
So in the place of x wherever, so it is 4 into g of x plus 3. Correct? Sorry, g of y plus 3. So 4 into what is g of y? Y minus 3 by 3. So this and this will get cancelled. Y minus 3 plus 3 is nothing but y. There is nothing but I of y. Hence, what can you say? G is the inverse of f. So g of y is nothing but y minus 3 by 4. G of x will be x minus 3 by 4. Are you guys able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Understood.
Okay.
Sir, here they wrote in terms of y only.
But I suggest you to write it in terms of x. You better do one thing, that give both the answers. No, let the examiner decide what they want. Because they told inverse of f. It can either be f inverse of x or f inverse of y. Both mean the same.
Okay.
Okay, why it is the same, you will understand in next chapter. Till that, you have to have some patience. Okay, let's do the 8th one. So consider f is a function map from r plus 2, 4 to infinity, and y is given by f of x is equal to x square plus 4. Show that f is invertible with f inverse of f given by f inverse of y is equal to root of y minus 4. Then r plus is the set of all non-negative real numbers.
The same, sir. We have to prove it is one to one and on.
Till invertible, 1 to 1 and on to. Let's start. So 1 to 1, what am I supposed to do? Consider x1 comma x2 that belongs to
Set R, where it's from 4 to infinity.
R plus. Okay. So x1 square plus 4 is equal to x2 square plus 4. 4 and 4 we get cancelled. x1 is equal to
x2.
I didn't write plus or minus because you have R plus. Minus x2 will not come. Okay, hence it is 1 to 1. What about onto function? Y is equal to x square plus 4, which implies x is equal to plus or minus root of y square minus 4. Sorry, plus or minus root of y minus 4.
Y minus 4.
Yeah, y minus 4. Okay. But what correction should I make here?
Sir, it's not plus or minus, it's just plus. Sir.
It is just plus because the domain is positive, root of y minus 4. I told you, no, this is the, even before you solve the problem, what did I say? Root of y minus 4 is
the inverse.
Inverse, that's what they've asked us to prove. Okay, we already got the answer. We'll be showing those steps all along. Okay, x is equal to root of y minus 4. First, let's prove it's an onto function. So for it to be onto function, what is that I need to prove?
For all values of y, there should be exist.
So I need to substitute the values of y here such that every value of y should have a pre-image. Okay. So when something is under a square root, what is that I need to ensure first?
Shouldn't be a negative number or a 0.
It shouldn't be a negative number or a 0.
Be greater than or equal to 0. Correct?
Okay.
So provided it is not in the denominator, if it is a numerator, y minus 4 should be greater than or equal to 0. Solving this linear inequality, y should be greater than or equal to 4. That is why if you see the codomain is 4 to infinity. But here one important point to be noted, when I substitute 4, what do I get?
You get root 0.
0, no, but what did they say r plus is? R plus means what will our mind think? 0 to infinity. 0 not included, we will think. But in this book, what they're trying to say is set of all non-negative real numbers means they're including 0 also in it. So what I'm trying to say is this is 0 to infinity with 0 as an open bracket, closed bracket.
Sir, it'll be 0, 4, no, sir, because 2 and 3 values will give negative values, complex numbers.
In the 2 and 3. Why
Sir,
least?
if
Why is least value is 4?
Oh, okay, sir.
Sir,
You should see why you're getting confused. You should not take 0 to infinity. You should not
sir, I
substitute
have
this
a
value.
doubt.
Right side இருக்கிற value substitute.
I
Because
have
this
a doubt.
okay, sir.
So for y, the minimum value is 4, but for x it will be 0.
X should be 0.
Yes, sir.
That's what you're getting. No, when you substitute y is equal to 4, what is the value of x you're getting?
It will be 0.
0. So had the question been like this, r plus 2, 4 to infinity, then what I should have done? The least value I would have substituted is 4.000001. Then when I say r plus, then I will define 0 to infinity. Are you guys able to understand the difference? Okay, all of a sudden there will be a confusion. That is why I'm trying to stress. If you're unclear, please ask me again. So in this question, what they're saying is r plus 2, 4 to infinity. But there is one more mistake in the question. Can someone correct it in this line?
Infinity is not included, sir.
Very good. Infinity cannot be included in open bracket. Okay. Suppose the question is 4 to infinity. When they say 4 is included means when they say r plus a set of non-negative real numbers, then they are including 0. If they give the question as open bracket 4 to infinity, then they say r plus means 0 is not included.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
I hope
sir.
you understand. Yeah. So that's. Don't look at the solution, okay? Because I told you, no, in some books when they say non-negative real numbers, sometimes they include 0 also. Now what he is trying to say is, see, because this guy is trying to prove something else. They have told show that f is invertible in the first place. Okay, when they say show that, it has to be invertible. So in this case, r plus means 0 is also included. Okay, so don't look at the solution. You follow the method which I told you. Right? With the same logic, shall we proceed with this?
Yes, sir.
Right? It's an interesting problem. Mark it as important. F of x is equal to 9. Show that f is invertible. Let's try to prove it now. I'll prove it's a one-to-one function. How do I do? 9x1 square plus 6x1 minus 5 is equal to 9x2 square plus 6x2 minus 5, where x1 comma x2 belongs to
Belongs to set R where minus 5
set
to
of all non-negative integers. In this case, is 0 included or not? That we can see only from onto function. Okay. So minus 5 gets cancelled. I'll bring this down. 9 into x1 square minus x2 square is equal to 6 into x2 minus x1. Right? So 9 into x1 minus x2 into x1 plus x2 will be equal to 6 into x2 minus x1. Cancel it, it will go minus 6 times. So 9 into 9x1 plus 9x2 is equal to minus 6x2. Is it? No, sorry, what mistake did I do?
So minus 6 will only be there, sir.
Minus 6. Then
So
one
where
more.
did minus come from, sir? It's all in multiplication.
Left side it is x1 minus x2. The right side it is x2 minus x1. Okay, I'll do one thing. I cannot cancel it like this because x1 and x2 can be 0 also. It was my mistake. 9 into x1 minus x2 into x1 plus x2 minus or plus 6 into x1 minus x2 is equal to 0. Did you understand what I did?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why did I write plus 6 into x1 minus x2? Because this is minus 6 into x1 minus x2. When this goes to the other side, it becomes plus. So what is common from both?
X
x1
minus
minus x2. Correct, Adam?
yes,
So
sir.
x1 minus x2
Yes,
into
sir.
this thing. So 9 of x1 plus x2 plus 6. Since x1 and x2 are always positive value, sum of two positive values can never be
Should
0.
be 0.
So I will take it to the other side. Then I will get x1 minus x2 is 0. From this I can conclude x1 is equal to x2. This is an important step. Hence it is a
Sir,
1 to 1.
but the other value also can be 0 now, sir.
It cannot be that. That's what I'm trying to say. 9 into x1 plus x2 plus 6. Tell me any positive values of x1 and x2 that you substitute, which will give you a 0.
Okay, understood.
I am saying positive value is defined from r plus to minus 5 to infinity. Correct? So that's the reason. Now what is the next step?
On to function.
Let's do it as on to function. So for on to function, what am I supposed to do? Y is equal to 9x square plus how much? 6x plus 5.
Plus 6x minus 5.
So I could write x in terms of y. Y plus 5, or I'll do one thing. 9x square plus 6x minus 5 minus y is equal to 0. So quadratic equation x is equal to minus 6 plus or minus root of
y
36.
plus 6.
minus 4 into a into c minus of 5 plus y. The whole divided by 2a. Minus 6 plus or minus root of 36 plus 36 into 5 plus y divided by 18. So 36 plus 36, it will come out as 6. Minus 6 plus or minus 6 into root of 1 plus 5 plus y, that will be 6 plus y, the whole divided by 18. Minus 1 plus or minus root of 6 plus y divided by 3.
Sir, 5, where did it go? Sir? The 5.
See, root of, if I take out 36, it will come out as 6. Right?
Yes,
1
sir.
plus 5 plus y. No?
Oh, okay.
So it is 6 plus y. So minus 1 plus or minus root of 6 plus y divided by 3. So this is the value of x. So I need to choose the values of y from the codomain that they are given. I need to verify whether whatever value given in the codomain, if I substitute, it has a pre-image or not. So what is the codomain that is given? F is a function map from r plus to
Minus 5 to infinity.
minus 5 to infinity. So the least value of y I can substitute is, so this is set x, set y. Okay. So if the least value of y that I can substitute is what?
Minus 5.
Minus 5.
Minus 5. When I substitute minus 5, what should I get?
We should
So,
get a
minus 1 plus root of 6 minus 5 divided by 3, or minus 1 minus root of 6 minus 5, sorry, 6 plus 5, 6 minus 5 divided by 3. So this will give me a 0, and this will give me a 0. Okay. What is the next value I am going to think of? If I substitute 2, okay, if I substitute 2, minus 1 plus root, minus 4, minus 5, minus 4. If I substitute minus 4, minus 1 plus root of 6 minus 4 divided by 3, or minus 1 minus root of 6 minus 4 divided by 3. Right? This will give me what? Minus 1 plus root 2 by 3, or minus 1 minus root 2 by 3. This is when I substitute y is equal to how much? The minus 4. Minus 4 is a point from the codomain. So when I substitute a value from the codomain, according to this question, what am I supposed to get from the domain?
Positive real number.
Positive real.
Positive.
Out of this one and this one, which one is giving me a positive value?
-1 plus root 2 by 3.
-1.
Plus root 2 by 3.
So the conclusion that I need to make here is when I write x in terms of y, what is that I need to eliminate? I need to eliminate the minus sign. So -1 plus root of 6 minus y divided by 3 will be the required function. Now you tell me directly what is the inverse? What is the inverse?
5
sir?
plus x minus 1 by 3.
And the inverse. Whatever you are getting the value of x in terms of y, that is the inverse. So -1 plus root of 6 plus x divided by 3 is the inverse. That's what they would have asked you to do also. -1 plus root of y plus 6 divided by 3. Surya, are you able to understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Everybody, there is an important problem. I want everybody to try it again. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Shall I
Yes,
proceed?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll proceed to the next one. Okay, so this one, see, there is again a theory question. So there is a function f map from x to y. They are saying it can be an invertible function. If it is an invertible function, then it is one-to-one and onto. That's covered in that invertible function statement. Secondly, its inverse will also exist. Right? What are the conditions will it satisfy? If G is the inverse of it, then F circle G should give you I and G circle F should also give you I. So F circle G will give you I of Y and G circle F should give you I of X. So all these things are covered under the single word invertible function. If that is the case, if F is a function which is invertible, then you need to show that that invertible function will have only one inverse. Okay, so how to prove this? So since you are saying f is a function mapped from x to y is an invertible function, this f is a one-to-one function and its inverse also, one-to-one and onto, hence its inverse will exist. Right? Now the inverse will exist in what way? Let g1 comma g2 be the required inverse or be the inverses of the function. Right? For me to prove that it has a unique inverse, what is the necessary step I need to arrive at? I need to arrive at a point where
G1 equal to G2.
G1 and G2 are the same. Right? So, since it is invertible, can I say F circle G1 is Iy and F circle G2 is also Iy? Right? If that is the case, then f of g1 of y should be equal to f of g2 of y. Why is it so?
Both are equal to I.
Right hand sides are same, left hand side will be the same. Right? F of g1 of y should be equal to f of g2 of y. But what did they say about f? The point not to be forgotten. F is a one-to-one function. Since f is one-to-one function, and if f is a one-to-one function, f of x1 is equal to f of x2, then what can you say about x1 and x2?
It is 1-to-1.
What, see, f is a one-to-one function. F of x1 is equal to f of x2, then what is the relation between x1 and x2? F is a one-to-one function. If I write f of x1 is equal to f of x2, then x1 and x2, what will you write in between them?
They're equal.
Equal.
They're equal, no? Similarly, f is a one-to-one function. So whatever is inside the bracket of f should be equal. G1 of y should be equal to G2 of y. Hence, there exists a unique inverse. I hope you understood.
Yes, sir.
I have a doubt.
Tell me, what is the doubt?
So does that mean for every function there will always be one unique inverse?
It will have only every invertible function will have a unique inverse. Every invertible function.
Okay, sir.
Shall I move on, or is anyone copying it? Shall I proceed? Okay. Consider f as a function mapped from 1 to 3 to ABC. F of 1 is A, f of 2 is B, f of 3 is C. Find f inverse so that f inverse is nothing but f. So, f of 1 is given as A, f of 2 is given as B, f of 3 is given as C. So, what will the ordered pairs be? 1 comma
1 comma A, B, 2 comma B,
3 comma C. So, this is f. So, what will f inverse be?
1.
Just reverse the values, right? So f inverse is nothing but again those values in the reverse order. So write the ordered pair in reverse order for it: 1 comma A, 2 comma B, and 3 comma C. Guys, I hope it is clear. Right? It's a simple problem. Yeah. How many more are there? So again, a theory question. Okay, f is a function mapped from x to y. They are saying it is an invertible function. So f is by default 1 to 1 and on to. Show that f inverse is f. Sorry, that's what I was thinking. F inverse can't be f. Show that the inverse of f inverse is f. That is, you would find the f inverse of a function and again find the inverse of it. You should get back the original function. That is what they are trying to ask. Okay. So for that, what we will do is we will introduce a variable. If f is a function x mapped from y, so f is a function mapped from x to y is an invertible function. Then how is the inverse function supposed to be? If I call the inverse function as g, then inverse function should be defined from y to x. When I say inverse is existing, then g of y will also be a 1 to 1 and onto function, right? So when it is a 1 to 1 and onto function, what mathematical conditions according to definition 9 will be satisfied? G circle f of x will be equal to I of x and f circle g of y will be equal to I of y. If that is the case, if these two conditions are also satisfied, then G can be called as f inverse and f can be called as G inverse. Guys, any doubt till this step?
No, sir.
Now see, when I say G is f inverse, then what you can do is take it and substitute it here. F circle G is equal to f of G of y is equal to f of f inverse of y is equal to y. Sorry, is equal to I. I hope you are able to understand this.
Sir.
Okay. Now, so what are they asking? Next is consider. Now we'll consider what is that we need to prove. We need to prove that inverse of the inverse function is f. The inverse of the inverse function is f. How do I prove? Okay. So how do we prove?
So I have a doubt, sir. You wrote f equal to g inverse, right?
F is equal to G inverse. Yes.
We can just substitute the value of g in g inverse, right? F equal to f inverse of inverse.
You will substitute it here. And where are you trying to say?
In that itself, so like that f equal to g inverse, if we substitute the value of g, we'll get f equal to f inverse of inverse. We prove this, sir.
No, you will get F inverse is equal to G. Again, this thing you will get. Why is that? What are you going to prove? Right, you're saying
We
F
get
is
the
equal to F is equal to G inverse. No. Let's say there is an operation like I take inverse on both the sides, then F inverse is going to be G only. No. What is the difference? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. So this is what we need to prove. For that, what we can consider is, see, you should know this fact. F circle identity function is nothing but F. Why I am saying this? Because F circle, when I say identity function, what comes to your mind? It can either be I of y or I of x. Right? So F inverse of I is nothing but F only. Okay? So consider, listen. Consider F circle, this thing. F circle of so this one gave us, where is it? Ah. So F circle F inverse came out as I, correct? Now if I take the function, if I take the composition of F with this thing, F of F circle F inverse is equal to, you will get F circle I. Are you guys clear with this? Did you understand what I did? I will write it again. Listen. I'll repeat this problem. Listen, guys. This is a little bit tricky one. So first thing, what they are saying is f is a function map from x to y is invertible. So what can you conclude? F is 1 to 1 and on to. Okay. Show that the inverse of f inverse of f is, show that the inverse of f inverse is f itself. Now, if this is 1 to 1, yes, it is approved. Then there exists an inverse function. What is the inverse function? G such that what condition will it satisfy? There exists a function G which is mapped from y to x such that it is also 1 to 1 and on to. Accepted? Now, from definition 9, what should I get? G circle f of x should give me ix and f circle g of y should give me iy. Then that is if that is the case, then f can be called as g inverse and g can be called as f inverse. Right? So this is the next step you are going to write. So what are we supposed to prove? F inverse is equal to f. So how do we arrive at that step? That's what we are thinking about, right? So they told G inverse, G is equal to F inverse. Right? So when I take that is the case, if I substitute it here, F circle F inverse is going to give me what? Right, I take G is equal to F inverse, I substitute it here. Then F circle, in the place of G, I will write it as F inverse. So F circle, F inverse is how much?
I will.
It is I. It is the identity function, right? But are they asking us to prove this thing? No. We need to find the inverse of the given inverse. So how do we find it? So what operation we'll perform here is, we will perform this operation with the inverse of f. So consider f circle f inverse, circle f inverse. Then what will this be?
F circle F inverse equal to
1 minute. F circle f inverse, f inverse is inverse.
So F sir.
What I did is, see, nothing. I took the inverse of f and again its inverse. This f circle f inverse is nothing but what? This is I, and this will also give you an I. So f circle I will come out. This f circle I is nothing but f. So that's how we need to prove. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So these are the steps to be followed. Okay. So remaining problems I'm leaving it to you. You can solve it tomorrow. So with this, the chapter is over, guys. So the next chapter that we need to start is inverse trigonometric functions. Okay. So I hope you guys are theoretically clear with what is an inverse function, right? I hope there is no doubt in that.
Clear, sir.
Okay. If you're clear with the concept of one-to-one and on-to, it is then you will understand when will inverse for a trigonometric function exist. So this topic we will start tomorrow. Okay. If there is any other doubt, please let me know. Okay. So that's it from my side for today.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.